Hi, Jesper. Welcome to Miami. When you took this job back in January, did you think that you could end up here, sitting next to that trophy, having this discussion about Thomas Mueller playing for your team and playing against Lionel Messi?
No, that's the short answer. Huh? No, I didn't have those kind of thoughts at all. Of course, when you take a job, when you're a coach, you always hope to do well, and you always hope to win whatever you participate in. But I didn't have that much knowledge about the league and everything, the club and the players. But and I didn't have any expectation that I would end up in a final, having Thomas on our team and play up against Lionel Messi. So I think it's for those obvious reasons. It's great being here. I think it's a testament to the team and the players, how well they've done throughout the course of the season. And I also want to start out saying that I think it's great being here in a final up against Miami. It's a team. It's two teams I think put a great mark on this season throughout the MLS. We played the two last MLS teams to stand in the Champions Cup. Both teams have been doing well and played a lot of games, participated in different competitions and done well. So yeah, I think that it's great being here. I didn't expect it at all when I started out, but as the season went by, of course, then you start seeing that we have the quality maybe to take it far, and now here we are.
Okay, and we'll go right here in the front with Michelle.
I'm Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald. Again, welcome to our town. I want to ask you how both teams have changed in your eyes since April, because you did play 2 games in April, but I know Javier Mascherano says, oh no, this is a completely different game, different team. How do you see, is there anything to be even learned from those 2 games, or are both teams very different, and how so? Thank you.
Yeah, it almost seems like it was last season, right? But it isn't, and I think it is 2 teams that are doing things quite similarly, but than we did, like we did in April, but still with different personnel and different players in. I think Miami changed a bit more on their lineups and the team than we did throughout the course of the season, but we also, changed some things also due to the fact that we got Thomas in. So I think it is obviously going to be different, but a lot of players who were there back then and are the same as the players who will be there Saturday. So I think, yeah, it's a new game. It's 2 teams that approach the game in their way, and we have to see who comes out on top come Saturday. But it is a little bit different the way you approach the game now, also up against the Miami team that's changed on somewhat positions. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go right here with MLS Soccer to the right.
Hi, Jesper. Jonathan from MLS. Berhalter was in here a short while ago, Sebastian, and he's had a fantastic season for club and country. What can you remark about his journey and what you see for him as a player, who I think a lot of folks in this room hope will be at a World Cup next summer?
I also hope that, because I think Sebastian has done so well. And when you have a player who's so committed to his football, to his career, and to his development as a player, and so committed to his team and his teammates, then of course you hope always the best for a player like that. And I think the steps he's been taking throughout this season, I think has been, it's the steps he's been working so hard for. He puts in the work every day, and I think Sebastian he's really easy for him to pick up advice. He wants to get all the information he can get, and he also wants to, so badly to develop. And I think that he's got the confidence also now that he can play at a level, for instance, for U.S. men's national team, where he's done very well. Last time he scored a beautiful goal and put his mark on the game, and I think sometimes it's just small things that will be able to take you to the next level, give you the confidence that you can play there, and I think Sebastian's brought that in. He's such a hard worker, and I remember some of the things we talked about in the beginning was that he was running actually too much. He had to slow down, and instead of run and play, he should play and run. And I think that he always wants to listen into whatever advice he can be given, and I think he's really deserved all the credit he's got this season. And I I also hope that he will be included in the U.S. World Cup squad, but we have to figure out. That's not my call. But I think he's definitely done well, and I also think that he can take his talent as a career even further.
Okay, we'll go all the way to the back.
Hi, Jesper. How are you? Well, Thomas is one of the few players that have a good record against Leo Messi. Have he given you some tips on something his team used against Messi to control him or anything about that?
If he has given some advice?
So, yeah.
No. 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 We know that we're up against a player who is considered by many, and rightfully so, the best who ever played this game, and we know that you always have to expect the unexpected when you play up against a player like Lionel Messi, because what he can do is sometimes not abilities you can predict for, and not that you can prepare for. So you have to see whatever sometimes the game takes you and gives you. I think what is important is that we have a collective plan for how we do it, and of course Thomas played up against Messi many times, but in completely different settings as well, right? So I think it's he knows how he's been able to prevail in games when they went up against Barcelona or Argentina, but yeah, we will know that it has to be a collective effort, and that's what we will put up, not just against Messi, but also against Inter Miami in general.
Okay, we will go right here in the middle.
We've obviously seen the incredible impact that Thomas has had on the team, but from your perspective, how has the team evolved since he arrived?
Yeah, Thomas came in, gave a spark to the team, to his teammates, coming in with the experience. Of course, everybody knows about his career and what he has done, and he's done most in this sport that you can, and achieved most that you can achieve in this sport. So I think that always has a positive effect on your teammates, and they were excited that he came in, of course, and he's been in the middle of the group since he came, and he's just such a good guy to be around, and so generous with not just with but with his time for everybody, with his advice if he could get one. He just wants his teammates to help his teammates, and wants to win with Vancouver, and that was what we were talking about even before he came, and of course he knows that this is not Bayern Munich, but he wants to affect whatever he could affect positively when he came in, and also he's so loyal to the way we want to play, and he's so interested in getting to know all the details of how we play, because if he wants to help his teammates on the pitch, he want to know what my thoughts are, how we're going to play and how we want to do this, and how's the pressure, and then he can on the pitch help his teammates. So it's been great having him in. He given a spark to everybody, and then also a couple of times, people also laugh of his jokes. Yeah. And then maybe one or two times also because they're funny. Yeah.
Okay, we will go to the back over there in the back corner. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Jesper, I'm obviously Inter Miami playing quite differently since Suarez has gone out of the team and Silvetti's come in there. I'm curious what you've seen them doing differently there, and even if you think that they're different there, do you still think the same opportunities are there that you were able to exploit in the CONCACAF games, as well as that change?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more balanced team now. And of course, we can see now they got Allende has played a big part for them as of late, and he stretches the pitch more for them with his speed. And yeah, they found a good rhythm here as of late, and they really found something late in the season. Also, DePaul coming in, of course, a quality top player for this league, no question about that. So I think they got a more balanced team than they had when we played them last time. And do I think that there's opportunities to take against them? Yes, but it's not going to be easy. They are in the final and hosting the final for a reason, because it's a great team with great players. We're here for a reason as well, and we're here to take the opportunities that might arise in a game like this. And of course, it won't be the same games. They will also learn from those two games, of course. Otherwise, it will be stupid. We also learn from the games, and then we have to see how things play out here. And in a one-off game, last time it was best of two. In a one-off game here in Miami, but we have to play. We have to play a very disciplined. We have to play a very strong game physically and running-wise, and a very disciplined game. And we're used to doing that. Then we have to see if we can prevail come Saturday. But it should be a great game. There's so many good players on the pitch, and it should be a great showcase for the league. And I hope that we will able to play our best come Saturday.
Okay, we'll go right here in the front.
Hi, Jesper. BC Place, there could be more fans watching the game there than at Chase Stadium. The fans have traveled. They're all over South Florida. What is the support from the Whitecaps fans meant to you and the team, and what's it going to be like to see them there at Chase Stadium?
It's everything. It's everything we hope for. It's everything that we, for us, it's not natural that we have this kind of support. It's not natural that this kind of hype is around the Whitecaps in the city, and we really feel that everybody's behind us. And, that's what you want to create. Sports in general, football in general, is not just played for yourself. It's for creating excitement around it. It's for creating, connections around it. It's some of the greatest things, I think, and believe, that can make people connected. We see it everywhere. So I think the fact that people are traveling to Miami to support us here in Fort Lauderdale, people are in BC Place because they want to be. Everybody can watch it at home, but they want to watch it together, right? Because that's a connection you can make in sports, and I think it's great. It's not easy to make. You have to create excitement around you, and of course, you do that sometimes by winning, but also by the way your team appears and how the team acts both on and off the pitch. And I think that kind of excitement is what you hope for as a club and as a coach. I have to say that it's for me it's the most touching part of all of it. Is what has been supporting behind this team and the way it's grown. Of course, Thomas also is a part of it. Gave an extra spark also to the fans and everybody. But I just think that that's the most beautiful part, and we will do everything we can to live up to that support. And yeah, I know that Miami probably would try to do the same for the support they get, but that's sports, and now we're here. And if you reach out for the biggest things in the sport, yeah, you have a chance to reach it, but you also have a chance not to. But it's better being here than not, right? And the support we get, it's really amazing.
We'll stay here in the front again.
Jesper, the game's going to get played in the hottest part of the day. Are you having to prepare differently for this? Because obviously it's not something that we've been overly used to.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've put sunscreen on for a game, so I'll definitely prepare a little bit different. But no, we're not used to those temperatures right now when we play. So definitely it's going to be something that we have to think about with the hydration and stuff. But I think, yeah, it's not easy to predict a lot of things, and we can't do anything about it anyways. We will prepare, with the best we can with hydration, and but it's going to be tough in these conditions. Of course, it will.
Okay, and we'll go right here in the middle.
Hi, Jesper. Cal, mlscoccer.com. I just wanted to ask about two players, who have meant so much to the club over the years, in Brian White and Ryan Gauld. They both dealt with their fair share of, injury struggles this year. What's it like having them back in the team, kind of fully fit and firing, down the playoff stretch, end of the regular season? And what does it mean to the club and to the guys who are in the locker room with them about having them back on the field?
First and foremost, I'm just so happy for Ryan that he made it. Honestly, there was a period of this season where I thought that he might not be back this season. I'm so happy that he made it back. And I would say finally now he turned the corner where he can also add to what he already has on the physical part of it, and he really can push his level now. I know it's a little bit late, but better late than never, right? So I think for me it's just, when you have a guy that has been such a vital part to take Vancouver Whitecaps to a next level, and then when everything, kind of explodes, he's not even there to take part of it. You just feel so bad, and Ryan has handled this period so well, and I'm just so happy for him that he's back and to be part of this, because he really deserves it. And of course the same with Brian. Nobody deserves to be injured. It doesn't matter who it is. Nobody deserves to be injured, but it's part of sports, and it's always just too bad when people are out. Brian has been a major part of this season, no matter what, and it was nice to get him back. And having those two together, it's obviously it's great for the team, and it also means that we have, we are at a better stage now than we were maybe definitely 5-6 weeks ago, and I will also say that we had a difficult lead into the game against LAFC, where we had a lot of injuries going into that game, and we had Tristan and Brian hadn't played for a long time, but now they're at a better stage, and physically they're way better now than they were 2 weeks ago. So I think, physically we should be on an upward trajectory towards the end here. So that's great.
Okay, and with that, we'd like to conclude today's press conference. Thank you very much, and good luck, Coach.
Okay, thank you. Have a good game, guys.